Welcome to the Real CP Show. I am your host, CP, and today's topic, another magnetometer of a Epexicus, Predatoricus, womanist, Anglo woman teacher, Perv, who had sexual relations with these two underage boys. One of them she knew for a while, disgusting Perv woman teacher. See, the thing about it is, this is consistently happening and consistently happening and consistently happening. And you'll still have people that do just like this, this image. Wow. Wow. Do you understand? And it's like a coping illogical mechanism for certain numbers of people to say, I cannot glitch, except that there is an excessive epidemic of bad perv woman teachers in our educational places that are sleeping with these underage boys and numbers of girls, but primarily boys. And there is no, oh my goodness, what are we going to do to protect these boys from these predatory Apexicus, Predatoricus, womanist, Anglo perv teachers relating to this topic? Nope. Now, of course, when some bad males do some things towards certain numbers of girls in these schools, situation right here, they don't want to hear anything about, well, you know what? That teacher, he was in his 20s or his 30s. And, these days, these girls, these teenagers, they are growing, right? They'd be like, we don't want to hear all that. You see the hypocrisy, right? See, again, the system knows that quite a number of people are like this. When they hear something about women, yes, and they know that. That's what happens on a daily basis. Because it's been instructed in numbers of males' DNA, quite a number, to sit there and cannot accept that the Leave to Beaver type women, teachers, they're no longer around anymore. Do you understand? And yes, there are some good type of women teachers out there now. So we're not going to play. We're not going to go to Hades with that game. We're not going to play deflectionary copinism 0.1, a playbook of deflection tactics. We're not going to play that. So let's go ahead and share my screen. Because by the way, see, they like to see this kind of picture right here, right? How many numbers of males have lost their lives behind chameleon tears, certain type of Anglo women? How many numbers of black males have lost their lives behind certain type of Anglo women tears and fake smiles? The one this applies to, right? Because we're not going, I don't go into all that. It's a different topic. Never mind. So let's go ahead and share my screen on this. Make sure you can see this. A kiss exposed her crimes. Do you understand how ignorant that sound, right? It's almost like minimizing it already. Now this teacher, Anglo teacher, woman, pleads guilty. Now this particular Anglo teacher pleads guilty to abuseness of two underage boys. Shelby LaChambe, 25 of Texas, faces deferred probation and a petty $1,000 fine for her guilty plea of sexual relations, underageness, sexual assaultness of these 2 underage boys. Today is May the 7th, 2026. Look at that face of an apexicus, predatoricus, womanus, Angloness, right? They are the original DEIers. They're the original masters of deception relating to shedding their crocodile tears, the ones it applies to. A former Texas high school teacher and coach who was caught kissing a 16-year-old boy has pleaded guilty to having an inappropriate relationship with 2 teenage boys. Authorities said Shelby Donlin Shambe, 25, a former teacher at such and such high school at Valley Mills, pleaded guilty to 2 counts of improper relationship between educator and student. Such and such entity confirmed to this entity. In exchange for her guilty plea to the 2 counts, prosecutors dismissed 2 counts of sexual assault against a child. She was also facing such and such entity related. Prosecutors have recommended that LaChambe be placed on deferred probation and fined $1,000. She was facing up to 40 years in prison before she entered into the plea deal with prosecutors. According to the arrest affidavits, on August the 24th, 2025, such entity office received a tip that LaChambe was seen kissing a 16-year-old boy at home in Elmont, Texas. Such entities reported. A tipster also alleged that LaChambe and the teen had engaged in sexual intercourse, according to the affidavit. Where is that old snitches get stitches old mantra nonsense at? You see how that goes. And we know already what demographics that they have ingrained that too. So you're not going to play that kind of game in well-to-do off places. Do you understand? They're not going to play that. Oh, you robbed that person's house and well-to-do. Oh, they're going to be telling all over the freaking place. Do you understand? Oh, you did that to their kids in this well-off school district. Oh, they ain't finna play that game. Predominantly non-black neighborhoods, I'm talking overall, and you did this to their kids. Oh, they ain't finna play that. No. Right? But seeing certain types of other neighborhoods, snitches get stitches. God, they really messed up. Anyway, different topic. When questioned by authorities, the 16-year-old boy underage, confirmed he and Shelby, the Anglo teacher, had sexual intercourse, and it has happened more than once. The affidavit alleged the outlets report. The underage boy said LaChambe knew he was underage. Let's repeat that. The underage boy said LaChambe, the Anglo teacher, knew he was underage. Where is the outrage? Where is it at? When LaChambe spoke to a detective, she admitted to having an improper relation with the boy and that they had been seeing each other for 6 months. The affidavit said, according to the outlets, LaChambe then confessed to having sex, sex, with another boy who was another underage boy who was under the age of 17, the affidavit said. LaChambe then confessed to having sex, sex, with another teenage boy who was under the age of 17. twice. That's two different people, right? Two different teenage boys, or two different underage boys. The students with whom she had admitted to having an improper relation did not attend a school where she taught, according to the affidavit. What they ain't got nothing to do with the two sets of a sock chalk's tail, right? She resigned from the high school after she was arrested September 2025. Probation officers have launched a pre-sentence investigation, which the judge will use when he decides whether or not to accept the plea deal. According to such and such office, she is scheduled to be sentenced on June 26, 2026. I want to look at some comments for a second. Let's look at some comments. A few comments. She shouldn't be in jail. She should be in jail for statutory robbness. Shouldn't teach any more and be on the sexual predators registry, not on probation, and paying a $1,000 fine. She is 25-year-old woman teacher who should know better than to prey on younger boys, especially these boys in this situation, and girls, but boys primarily, because that's who these women predatory teachers are going for, mostly for sexual gratification. Women teachers, the one this applies to, are no better than male teachers, the one this applies to. They should get the same punishment. Beyond 1,000% agree, but the system knows not going to happen. I think the book, anyway, I'm going all that because that was a nonsense comment. You can read that. I'm quite puzzled on how she got off so easy. Female teachers who have committed similar offenses are doing serious time. Bull crap. Overall, not at all. Don't let people get to play you with that nonsense game on that. Not even the same planet of when it's certain numbers of men or some men that have done some situation. And by the way, they're not hearing about, oh, that male teacher was 24, 25-year-old, and that teenage girl was, she was 16 years old. My goodness, man. You know how these teenage girls, they're growing. They don't want to hear that. You say, well, man, that ain't like a gigantic amount of years. They don't want to hear all that. The only thing they hear is 24, 25-year-old male teacher, sexual relationships with an innocent girl, 16 years old, that know nothing about nothing. That's the only thing you hear them. You understand? If she is not a felon, this is outrageous. Sexism goes both ways. It's offensive to the younger men. She preyed on younger underage boys. She preyed on to give her a plea deal with no jail time. On to give her a plea deal with no jail time. Whatever. Are you kidding me? Probation? She should be doing serious time behind bars. Not in this system. The usual suspects. 1,000,000% understandable on that. Sorry, but if she were a man, I doubt it would be probation. Overall, correct. Deferred probation. So that means she isn't even on probation. What is she, the governor's daughter or something? This one is definitely not about gender. Female teachers have faced very serious prison time in the past. Plea deals, though, are getting on my nerves. It makes me wonder if they had enough evidence. Something doesn't seem right because this is a wannabe feminist. They are glitched out too. What do you mean that it's not about gender when female teachers have faced very serious time? She can go to Hades too with that nonsense. Overall, these kind of females, apexicus, predatoricus, womanist, Anglo-ness, and some other type teachers, different demographics, have not faced any kind of serious jail time in comparison to any type of similarity of certain numbers of males. That is beyond logical. Now, that is beyond the logical facts. Right? We don't sit there and deal with slightly be a little exceptionality to the exemptions. We don't play that tactic. Right? If it ain't 50-50, we ain't want to hear what you got to talk about on that. She should have went to prison. No sympathy. Watch this. Why does this kind of thing seem to be happening so often? It's unbelievable how many female educators turn out to be predators. You still got people that do like this on this. I know nothing. They get shocked because they're used to this look right here of certain type of apexicus, predatoricus, womanist, Anglo type teachers. The ones it applies to that are super pervs. This is what the society has been so grounded upon of seeing this kind of look. I'm talking about this once applies to, right? Oh, don't get it confused. I don't want to say something. There's different demographics of other women teacher pervs, but we're talking about on this topic today. Where's all the outrage at again? Where's all the political shenanigans to sit there and pass legislature to saying, look, what are we going to do to protect our boys from these predatoricus type of bad women teachers? Nope. Do you understand? Do you understand? Where's all these organizations talking about we must protect our girls from predators? Where are they at? Quiet. Because they are in cahoots with each other. It ain't about protecting kids. It is about protecting young girls more than boys, because they want a system where these girls can be put in various positions in politics, in gov, in other entities. Do you understand? In various businesses. You get the point, right? To institute an extremely beyond womanist, anti-strong male agenda. Do you understand? And some other types of agendas that they want these young girls to go into. And they despise any type of strong maleness. I thank you for tuning in to the Real CP show.